Good morning. Today we're going to be doing the influenza lab testing. So I want you to start by going through the influenza lab manual. You'll find that in the lab closet. Again, we start with going through the policy. That'll tell you exactly how to do it step by step, the proper samples, when to reject a sample, quality control, and if there's any dangers or hazards. The second tab, as always, is the quality control log. Influenza is a little unique in that the one test runs two labs, Influenza A and Influenza B. With each kit comes samples that have an A positive and a B negative. So anytime we get in a new sample lot, a new lot of testing, we have to run those quality controls. When the quality controls run, you'll see it on the box that says quality control was run and tested and which date it was. Next, you'll find the results log. This is where you put a patient sticker and put the positive or negative results. And lastly, you'll find how to report those in Epic. So let's get started. The flu sample is a nasal sample. You'll have received that in a bag. And this is the swab, the FLAQ swab with green on it. It's in the lab closet. There should be a patient label on there. So start by opening your box. You'll find that there's a lab card in there. Again, this is the cheat sheet. You can always use the lab manual for complete and more thorough instructions. So we're going to do the top, and then once again we're going to do the walk away method, not the analyze now method. So I recommend getting out all of your components. You'll want to get out a sample cartridge and get out a case. So start by opening your sample cartridge. If you do have a patient sticker on the cartridge, you can see that there's a finger area. You can wrap that patient sticker for identification on this cartridge, or you can also put patient initials or a date on there or a date of birth on there. That would help you to keep it straight. And we also have a sample container. This one contains a filter top, and it also has some sample processing liquid in the bottom. There is no additional liquid to add into this one. So the first step is you have to remove this yellow cap. Once again, be careful. They like to splash. If you do lose any liquid, throw it away and start over. These liquids are precisely measured. So you'll get the swab. So this one starts by taking the swab, insert it completely into the sample. Now this one, they want you to swirl 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That's it. There's no plunging. There's no incubation period on this one. And then once again, when you remove the swab, use the ribbed areas on the side of the tube to squeeze and twirl and get any remaining sample out. Once this swab is processed, it has to go in the biohazard container. After that, click on your filter cap and then your sample is ready for processing. So again, this is where you would stop and go into the pink section, which is the walkaway section. So one click to turn on the analyzer again. You'll see it says BD, and it'll say version V5.4, and it'll do a self-test and say pass. Then it'll say insert test device or double click button for walkaway mode. This is where you're going to want to double click the button. So 1, 2. And then it has a 3-minute timer. That 3-minute timer gives you 3 minutes of time to put the sample on the cartridge. So once again, this is very precise. I like to get down to eye level. Make sure this file is straight up and down and you're approximately 1 inch away from the cartridge. And squirt 3 drops on there. Make sure the bubble is good. 1, 2, 3. Suck up any remaining liquid. Now once the 3 drops are on there, you insert it. This particular test is a 10-minute timer. So it will run the test. I recommend that you do a 10-minute timer and then you can go back to your desk. So we'll come back for the results. Okay, we're back for the influenza result. So remember, influenza is going to have 2 results, an influenza A and an influenza B. So we're going to look at the analyzer here. And you'll notice it says influenza A negative and influenza B negative. Just be real cautious and double check that a couple times to make sure you're getting that correct when you're resulting that. Again, that result will stay up for minutes after the test is done, so you're in no hurry to come back here. That result will stay there. So then to result it, again, you're going to go onto the patient sample and put your label here and result it, sign it and date it. This will go back to the provider. Then there's two other steps. You're going to have to go into the influenza manual and again do it on the influenza patient results log. So put a patient sticker here, result it in your initials. And then you're also going to have to go into Epic. Here's how to report it, and we'll put that report in Epic. And then when you're done, you take the cartridge out. This goes in the biohazard. Put away all of your testing supplies. Make sure you put the card away as well. And again, remember that if this is the last test of the day, make sure that the hygiene log is filled out. Put your initials on the day and take a purple topped cloth and wipe down everything, the timers, including the device. Press and hold the device button to turn it off. If you don't, that's okay, it will time out on itself. Put this away and then you're done.